Hello my dear students. Now we will continue explaining in the lesson 1 in unit 1, which is electrostatics. The objectives of this lecture is first to clarify what is the meaning of electrification. Then we will identify the ways of electrification, and finally we will clarify the conservation of charge. First of all, electrification is a process during which the charges on an object are imbalanced. It is easier to occur in dry weather since humidity cancels the excess and deficit of electrons. So, in a simple way, electrification it is a transfer of electrons from one object to another object. The ways of electrification. First way, which is friction, and the second, it's by contact, and finally the third way, which is by induction. The first way, which is electrification by friction. When two neutral insulating objects are rubbed against each other such that one of them loses electrons to the other, we say that charging by friction takes place. So, the electric charge is always conserved. So, Q before equals Q after. But the two objects are neutral. So, Q before equals to 0. Therefore, the two rubbed objects will have equal charge of opposite signs. As here in this figure, we have two neutral objects, the wood and the wolf. When we rub the wolf with the wood, there is a transfer of electrons occur from one object to another one. So one of them, which is the wolf, becomes positively charged while the wood becomes negatively charged by conservation of charge. Now electrification by contact. When two bodies be in contact with each other, then the electrons will be transferred from the object which is in excess in electrons to the object which is in deficit in electrons. So, transformation of electrons occurs from negatively charged to positively charged object, or negatively charged object to a neutral object, or to neutral from neutral object to the positively charged object. So electrification by contact, it means that we have two objects and put them in touch. They touch each other. In this case, there is a transfer of electrons will occur from one object to another. It occurs from the object which is in excess in electrons to the object which is in deficit. So if we have a negatively charged object and a positively charged object and we touch they touch each other, there is a transfer of electrons will occur from the negatively charged since it is in excess in electrons to the positively charged which is in deficit. Also, if we have a negatively charged object and a neutral object and we put them in contact, there is a transfer of electrons will occur from the negatively charged object to the neutral object since that the negatively charged object is in excess while the neutral is in deficit. Finally, if we have a neutral object and a positively charged object, the neutral has excess in electrons more than the positively charged, since the positively charged has deficit in the number of electrons. So the number of electrons or the electrons will be transferred from the neutral object to the positively charged object. Finally, electrification by induction. In charging by induction, positive and negative charge are separated inside the conductor due to the motion of its electrons. There is no physical contact with any object. Thus, the conductor neither gains nor loses electrons. Therefore, in charging by induction, the netted charge of the conductor remains constant. So, it, as shown in this figure, there is a conductor which has positive charge and negative charge. Positive charge which are the proton and the negative charge which are the electron. As we approach an object, a negatively charged object to the knob, pay attention here there is no contact between the two objects. Only we approached it to the conductor. So there is no transfer of electrons from the conductor to the rod or vice versa. Only we have a distribution of the charge. Here we separate the positively charged from the negatively charged. If we approach a negatively charged object to this conductor, the electrons of this object will attract the positive or protons in the conductor. So we will separate the positive charge of the conductor from the negative charge of the conductor. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you understand everything.